It's 2024 and Meta continuously removed interests from their platform. Lookalikes no longer work like they used to. And there's a growing number of people telling you that creative does the targeting and you should just be going broad, like Meta themselves are doing with their ASC Plus campaigns. So how should you actually be targeting your Facebook ads? Well, I agree with the people telling you to go broad and that creative does the targeting, but you're probably wondering why that is. So in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly why they're correct and why broad is better and why creative does the targeting. So if you like what I teach today, go check out the link in the description that has a link to my full Facebook ads course where you can master these skills and really understand the platform on an in-depth level. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. So like I said earlier, in 2024, you want to be using broad targeting. Now, what do I mean exactly by that? I mean simply setting the location for your target market. That's right, I'm not telling you to set an age range or a specific gender, which some other people might do who are preaching broad targeting. You want to leave it fully open to the algorithm. Why do we do that? Well, I'm going to explain to you in a bit why you want to leave it fully open. So the first thing to keep in mind is that creative does the targeting. Here we have two different images of the same product, but the creative is going to target a very different audience. This first one has a more female appeal. Sure, it's going to appeal to men as well, their sexual desire. It's an attractive girl in a bikini. But this second one is completely male targeted type creative. Again, same product, but that is going to appeal to men. They are sexually attracted to that. That is not appealing to women. And that is where the algorithm is going to skew. So you're probably thinking, well, Cameron, why are you then telling us to leave the targeting of gender open if creative has the power to do that? Well, the reason is because of this. You're going to pay the price of forcing your ads on people. And it all comes back to the ad auction algorithm. So if you've never looked into this, go look into it. It's the underlying principle behind every single ad and how it's shown. And it will really allow you to understand Facebook ads a lot better and make better decisions. But in short, we have an equation, and every time there's an opportunity for an ad to be served to someone, it's going to go through this auction equation. Okay, so advertiser bid times estimated action rate plus ad quality. The estimated action rate is the prediction from Facebook of how they think your ad is going to perform for that particular person. And then the ad quality is the actual quality of the ad in terms of best practices, as well as how people are giving feedback towards it, both actively and indirect feedback by how they're behaving around the ad. Okay, advertiser bid, you don't need to worry about. That's an automated feature in 99% of cases. But these two things are very important. And if you're then setting a target on your audience, so let's say I'm using that second creative where it's very much a creative that's drawn to male appeal, and I'm forcing that creative on the audience of women, females, that is going to be going to get a very low estimated action rate because women are not going to convert to it. It's an image that is geared towards men. And that means you're going to get a lower score. So if you're losing the auction every time, the only auction you're going to win is the people that are left over. And that's a very bad pool of people in the audience, and your ad's just not going to convert. And you yourself would probably turn it off because you aren't getting good performance, okay? So the other thing you need to keep in mind is that machine learning is going to shrink your audience over time. And that's why we're promoting broad targeting specifically and leaving all those things open. So once your ad starts running, Meta's system will learn who is engaging with it, and over time they're going to narrow your audience so you reach more of the right people. Fantastic. But if you're using interest targeting, or if you're setting a very small age range or a very specific gender, whatever, over time that audience size is going to decrease. When it's broad, it's not a huge problem. So like day one, we've got a big audience. Day 180, we've refined that audience to people based on the machine learning that the platform knows will convert. It's getting a lot better at that process. Fantastic for us. But if you used an interest audience, sure, you might have a smaller pool of people and do really well to start off. But by the time you get to day 180, that interest is going to be shrunk massively because of the machine learning aspect, to the point where it's no longer efficient once you've scaled up your budget to be showing ads to those people. You're increasing your frequency, showing your ad to the same people and people who don't want to buy it. Meta has to show it to other people because it's being, it has to serve it. You have that budget. And this is why over time, when you scale up with interests, you see them start to drop off, which is something you don't see with broad targeting, okay? But at the start, interest might perform better. So broad targeting is a long-term play, and that's why a lot of people don't get to that point, because they're like, oh, it's not working straight away, it's not doing as well as my interests, but they haven't taken this into mind, and over time, with broad, you're always going to win, right? So how do you actually target with creative if you're going broad and not end up in the situation I described earlier, where you might have a creative that's taking you the wrong way, taking the bikini to all the men? Well, every aspect of your creative must be appropriate to your intended audience. Not just the messaging, not just calling out, hey, gym owners or something like that. Every single aspect of the creative has to resonate with the person you're trying to target. That means the format, images, videos, portrait, square, whatever. The subject demographic, who's actually in the creative. Is it an older person? Is it an ethnic minority? Is it a young person? Are they a muscular person, skinny person, whatever, attractive, unattractive, bad skin, good skin? The dialect they're speaking, what class level are they, what region? The color of the creative as well. A lot of gender stuff is based on color. Blue for guys, pinks for girls, crazy colors for kids. The messaging, of course. Culture, scene that you're showing, is it a wealthy, aspirational background? Is it a gym background? And of course, the style of the creative, which is kind of like the format as well. So here's some examples to make that make a bit more sense. And you can really see how the creative does the targeting. So this first one here with the lady, let's look at this creative, right? So it's a video, but you can clearly see that this is an attractive older lady. She obviously has money, she's got nice rings, she's got well done hair, she looks like she's taking care of herself, she, looks like she's healthy, good skin, all these things. That is a demographic that's going to appeal to, people who have money. This is probably an expensive product, and women that are trying to be, who focus on their appearance and have a sort of reputation and quite a judgmental circle of friends probably because of their social status. This next one, however, you can see that this mentions TikTok in the messaging. It is that TikTok format of caption. Now this is on TikTok, but you could use it as a Instagram reel or Facebook reel ad. And you can see here that they've got this colorful blue gaming style computer background. My computer monitor never looks like that. You've got a gaming keyboard, gaming mat, pale hairless arm. Who is that targeting? Who's that going to resonate with? If I see this, I'm never going to click on it. I don't care about some gaming product. But guys who sit in their room gaming all day long, they're going to click on that and see what this thing is, right? So the creative is doing the targeting, both in terms of the AI estimating how it's going to do and who it's going to show it to, and then the people who actually engage with it are going to engage with it because it is relevant to them. That woman is never going to click on that ad, right? But some guy is going to. This third one, here you can see the demographic of the guy. For a shaver, he is late 30s, early 40s, big bushy beard. Now, of course, this is going to appeal to other people who don't have a big bushy beard as well, but it's just exaggerating the demographic. This is not going to be served to women. The algorithm is going to know this is for men. Men are going to respond to it. You don't need to target who this is for. And in fact, the gifting angle, it's better to have both genders because then the algorithm can choose, like, hey, there's some women that will respond to this because they're currently looking for razors for a partner or something, and it can show them that and they can go and buy it, right? Because it's a clean-cut, good-looking guy, they can aspire for their partner to be like that. And then this final one, this is an ad for a pet product, a supplement, specifically for older dogs. Look at that. That is an older dog. it's quite rubbish quality. It's like a random photograph, not really well done, not very much Instagram worthy. Who's more likely to own an older dog? An older person. They're not going to have some TikTok style creative in their feed. This is how their friends are going to take pictures. That is going to massively resonate with them. And yeah, that's what it's going to do, okay? So that's why you should be targeting with creative and you should be using broad. Not much more to say on it. I do have a few other videos that explain different aspects and go into more detail. But if you've enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe. And yeah, of course, if you want to learn more, there's always my course in the description. And we cover way more things than that. And it will get you mastering Facebook ads in as little as 90 days, okay? So thanks for watching and I'll see you in another one very, very soon.